My stuff is not working correctly this morning, guys. I don't understand why that is in vertical. Is this one working? All right. Not really sure. I was just having a little bit of issues with my stuff this morning. What's up, Fish Lip? Sorry about that, man. I meant to be live at 8 o'clock this morning. Was having issues with my settings or something this morning, so... my short bias this morning is below that previous day close. My goodness. Really? Oh, that's gold. Yeah, that 50 area is below 50 is going to be my short bias this morning. Back below that previous day high. Let's mark out the 50% of the previous hourly candle here. Wow, that's pretty wild there. Apparently there was some decent movement last night. Mark out these 50% real quick. All right, so we do have 10 o'clock news this morning, but on this opening trade, I hate that we're getting a push out of the 15 minutes so early. I kind of want to see a quick pullback to the 65, and if we get pullback to the 65, or even just push out the top of this hourly candle up to the 50% on this hourly here, we're going to be short biased this morning. Unless it just kind of goes straight down. Then this morning, for running the lows, I guess we can look into running maybe right below this previous 4-hour candle. Well, I mean, I guess this is the 4-hour candle we've already ran. So this is the low of the current 4-hour candle. Yeah, we're definitely short bias below 950 this morning. So below 950, then we got a previous day close at 873, and we have this swing all the way down at 825 here. I'm just not going to jump in on the breakout. We got to kind of have to wait and see what kind of pullback we get here. Ooh. We have job jolt numbers this morning too, fish lips. At 10 o'clock. All right, let's get this little push back up in here to about 70, 75. Or even maybe we break out to the top of this 15 minutes where we pop up, hit this 80, then sell back down. Or did we just run the 50 to the premium into this candle here? So that's a... So we're into discount on this candle here, or we just sold back into premium on this previously. The hourly candle from 6 to 7. A lot of consolidation. So I'm thinking we're going to have to probably get below the 25s this morning. But we're still short bias as right now. If we don't like the way it looks, we just won't take it. So... Only a 15-point stop loss this morning, too. All right, so we do need to see us pull back into this 15 minutes for a short entry. If it can't pull back into this area to find resistance, somewhere between what I want to see is between, for shorts, I want to see between 65 and 85. So either we run the 15 minutes 50% or we run the 50% of the previous hourly candle. And that's what I'm looking for as far as shorts go this morning. So if we get that pullback and come back down, we're going to be looking to short here at the 50. because we're looking for first quick 20 points and whatever our runner can get. So that's how we have our ATR, our ATM strategy set up. So 2 micros, 20 points, profit. Then the last one is a runner with unlimited profit. So that's how we have our ATM strategy set up this morning. All right, got about 5 minutes before the market opens. So far, the shorts are still looking pretty good this morning. Like I said, at the opening, we got 5 minutes. As right now, we're still looking for shorts, but we got to have the pullback up to the 65. If we don't get that pullback to the 65, we probably won't take the short. It'll be the same pretty much setup that we took yesterday morning. Except for yesterday morning, I don't know if we'll get the same outcome because I think we got a 70-point move yesterday morning. Oh, that's because my live got suspended for 7 days. But they never really told me why. I think it was during that glitch of TikTok. Whenever TikTok had, I guess they said it was from an outage they had. So they suspended my live for 7 days. And so I had to wait for 7 days to reapply. And so I was able to reapply this morning. As right now, I have a 180-day access. And as long as whatever violation I apparently broke, I don't even know what I did. But I made a little video saying my access got denied. Yeah, I wish they would be a little bit more clear. And that way, if I did do something wrong, this way I don't make the same mistake twice. I don't know if it was from advertising or what. I removed all my advertising off of my live access thing. So they just don't very... Yeah, a lot of people's stuff got messed up over the last week during whatever that swap over was from China to America. So... we'll see what happens. So we plan on being back every day as long as I still have access. I mean, it's not that I didn't try. I even tried to sign out, redid and everything. But like I said, it wouldn't let me do anything. But we still live stream every day on YouTube. All right, guys, we do have news at 10 o'clock this morning. If this first initial trade does not work out this morning, we're going to probably be a little patient with my funded account because right now, just believe I don't really do a lot of teaching. I mean, I just share what I do. I don't really teach anything. I mean, I don't feel like I'm a qualified person to teach people to trade. Me streaming is just sharing what I do and, learn from other people that shares what they're doing. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I do on most of my streams. If you got good ideas that I find interesting and like, I'll be like, oh, well, let me try that out. And because there are some people... Yeah, I don't really teach trading. I don't really go down that rabbit hole that you see a lot of other streamers do with the teaching stuff. I kind of stay away from that. Because I don't think I would have the stomach to messing up people or costing people money. I think that's the thing I'm not a fan of, just, risking someone else's money. It's kind of like the people you see that charges for Discords. So... that's a lot of stress. We're already getting the push out, guys. Come on. Oh well, this crap it can't work beautiful every day. Yesterday was so perfect with the nice pushback and exploding back out. If we go out the top, let's see. If we go out the top, I feel like we could run this previous 4-hour candle to the top side. So let's see if this holds, or let's just see if we run this previous 4-hour candle first. So we'll just wait and see what kind of reaction we get down here. Yesterday was almost perfect. All right, 4 seconds left. All right, there's that 4-hour candle. Dude, we may just go straight down. It might not even be able to get an entry, unfortunately, today. So if we do get a pullback here, if we start losing the 65 and we come out of the top side of this, we come out of the top of this 15 minutes here, we can look to target the 30s up there. So especially if we start losing, I pulled 50% of this stuff a while ago, so. I don't know if I got to make sure I can have time here. Yeah, I don't want to get trapped in this anything bad. So far, it's not very clean. And I feel like we could go to the 820s is where I feel like we could go this morning. 820s is the target down here to 830s. Wow, no pullback at all this morning, guys. So what it does, it makes it very difficult to jump into this, at least for myself, if we don't get the pullback back into that 15-minute range. And we didn't get it today. We pretty much broke out pre-market and have been just kind of downtown since then. That was the 75 hit. In the previous day close at 73. Not the entry I wanted, but it's the entry we're kind of going to try. We're already at break even. If it comes back and hits us, it comes back and hits us, guys. All right. Dude, it didn't film. Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. Why is it? Am I on the wrong account? Fucking hey, sorry. I'm on the wrong freaking account. I took that on a freaking eval. Damn it. Sorry about my language. Sorry. Oh, that was supposed to be my funded trade. All right, here comes that green. There's nothing worse. Oh my goodness. I took that on my eval, not my funded. All right. Oh, that was dirty. All right, there's the 50. Wow, we just... This isn't the play I wanted either, so this could go either way on me here. Damn it. We could get stopped out on this one, guys. Our trade was a while ago for the funded, but we're going to try it again here. Oh, well, I got super cautious, man. We missed our freaking trade. God dang it. That's a pity, guys. Nice if you held. Let's see. Possible reversal here at 820, 825. Yeah, that short was at that 75 level a while ago for that first sell-off, right below that previous day close. All right, anticipate a pullback right here. Not sure how deep. Because we're at a whole number. We're at the 20, which is the previous day PM low. If we lose at 20, we got a long ways down if we can lose to 20 here. And we get through the swing. I mean, I wouldn't even mind taking a short below 20. I'm just not sure what's going to happen with the whole number here. Because that's your first 10 hit. So that's pretty normal. 10 hit, should get a little pop. Then the next number, we should push down to the 800s here. Back below that 20 level, I don't think we're coming back for a minute because that's your PM low from yesterday. So that's usually, sometimes that'll pay 20 points off of that bounce there. All right, we're waiting for the 800 to get hit. Hopefully it holds and get the pullback here. This is where I want to see a pullback to the 25 or even the 50. Man, if we start losing these levels, it might not. All right, there's the 90 pullback. That 20 is my line in the sand here, guys. I was hoping we get the push to the 75 there. So I was looking for a 75 push to get my 20 points. Woo. Didn't see that coming, but hey, we will take it. Oh. Oh my God. Keep on going. There's the 25. The 25 bounce. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, the craziness. The craziness. The funded region. I wasn't sure. After that first mistake with the eval /funded. We will take that lucky sell off for whatever reason that was. All right. So we got 177 out of that trade. So we're done with our main funded account. So that puts us up almost 2,200. So that's inching us closer and closer to that notorious Bulanox payout of $1,400 left. Here's that first mistake trade that we make for the eval, because I picked up a new eval yesterday and trying to get a 4 Bulanox funded account, but that was that mistake where I was like kind of upset because I took my first funded trade on an eval instead of the funded. So that was the slip of the bad words. All right. All right, since it's later in the morning, we're just going to go down to 2 micros instead of the 3. This way, we don't want to mess up no accounts today, so we're just going to switch over to 2 micros. Dude, $200 off 3 micros. So nice start for today. Hopefully, you were able to stay in those shorts. I paper handed my first short. I was glad we got that little pullback. See, 20 was my line in the sand. And where I got my 20 level from, the reason why I said 20 was my line in the sand. Dude, we have a long ways downtown on this trade, guys. I feel like we have a lot more to go. The reason why is because I think we're going for the AM low for the New York yesterday, down to 540 this morning. So we keep looking for these pullbacks. It could just be a pullback sell for the rest of the day. So, and the reason I had 820 as my line in the sand this morning is I was looking for my kill zone to hold off. This was your PM low from yesterday at 820. And 850 was my short this morning. So I said below 850. And what that 850 level is from is the previous day high. So, but unfortunately, we didn't catch that this morning. So we missed that one. We messed up on this next one when we shorted the previous day close. That's that one I went on the eval and I was like, ugh. But a lot of times during the early mornings, if you can get below the previous day high, you'll get a really nice move to the downside. Then these green areas are just swings. So this was going to be my target when that first short. But like I said, that first short ended up being a eval. Ooh, let me make sure I'm off my funded account. At least the one that we just traded. We don't want to make no stupid mistakes. Thank you guys for joining and watching today. All right, really nice pullback. Dude, look at that 25 bounce. Fish Lips, did you take the 725 bounce? Dude, if you were short from the 800s, man, you're like, what a nice recovery this was. That's insane. All right, we can just kind of chill and relax. We're just waiting to see what happens here. So far, really nice reversal here. If we get through the 75s, we're looking for a 50 push is what we're looking for. Just trying to be below that just in case it doesn't. Because it kind of looks like we're trying to curl back around, but I can't really tell. I don't know if I should. I think I may just wait and see if we get a order block here. And then we can short the 50. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because if this is your big red candle, green candle up, if this red candle prints down here, creates a order block, then that's what we'll do. We'll wait. Man, it would have been a nice little 20-point winner too. What's up, Solo? Still got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Where'd you get your entry at, John? Did you get another entry? I'm looking for another entry myself. I'm waiting. I'm trying to be patient. I mean, I think we could have got 20 points out of that last one if you shorted the 75. But I'm kind of waiting to see if we print a order block here. There's no reason that we're just straight downtown probably for the rest of the most of the morning. We've got to be careful. We have 3-star news here in 8 minutes. Still got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Ooh. Man. I know. We got a minute and a half left for see if we get this order blocked here. Order block, short all the way, guys. So, and we'll just go with whatever happens. We got a minute still left on this 5-minute candle. I want to say $15, Jake, for 25K and 19 for 50K. I wouldn't go anything higher on Bulanox with that one, Jake, just because the activation fee's too expensive. Oh, I might have got in too early. Damn it. The swing has to be way back up here. 20 seconds left. For some reason, I thought this damn candle printed, and it didn't. All right. Shorts engaged. We got the order block. Wait a minute. It says, okay, what is the target max drawdown, consistency, and time payout based stuff? Bulanox has some of the slackest rules. If you're not into, like, that's why they're a little bit more pricey on the funded side, but they don't enforce the rules like a lot of those other prop firms do. They're pretty good about payouts. I think that's who Fish Lips just got his payout with. I think his was with Apex. Dude, order block just paid, guys. Holy goodness. We waited for that 5-minute order block. I mean, look at this big old order block. It's like, dude, once that thing printed, it was gone. Dude, I wish I could hold this to the 500s without a big pullback, but I know we're going to get a big pullback, and we're not going to risk our profits here. Because we're going to the 500s. That's what we were kind of discussing a while ago with that PM AM low yesterday. Yeah, Apex has a little bit more stricter on the consistency stuff, but Bulanox does not. Woo! Nothing like a nice 100-point trade on the funded here. So close. So close. 10 more points. Don't bounce at the fit. Oh, yes. Nice. Dude, I think that's my first 100-point trade on a funded account. No! Unfortunately, I did it again. But it's still on a funded. So I'm not terribly angry, guys. Not terribly angry because I thought I switched funded accounts. I switched over here because I'm trading on two different charts. So, oh well. So now we're up $400 in the one funded account instead of changing to my other funded. So, nice funded account trade day. So we try to divide them up, go from funded to funded. I didn't realize I was still in the same funded as earlier. I tried to switch over to this funded account. Yeah, I'll start looking at. Let me look at your chat now. It's just I was kind of focused on that. Like I said, I think that if you got the balls to hold, man, 535 should be your target. All right, it says, what is the target max drawdown consistency and time to payouts? Bulanox, I want to say with funded, you're allowed to make up 40% of the account. So if it's, so you can make up to almost $1,000 a day on a 50K Jake. You can make $1,200 on the 50K. So the accounts that I'm trading right now, I can make as much as $1,200 before I break their 40% consistency rule. And this thing is going to the previous day open at 530. I just don't see how we don't get there, but I didn't want to get that big pullback. And I wanted to get out before we hit that 10 and 25. And far as trading days, you got to have 10 trading days with Bulanox, Jake, which is not very hard to do trading days unless you're just like full porting and over leveraging. Man, this thing's just straight downtown. Bulanox is probably by far my favorite prop firm, Jake. Most people always get their payouts with them. Their customer service is probably one of the best customer services that you'll find. I'm not saying that every prop firm don't have probably little issues here and there, but usually they always respond within an adequate time if you have an issue with your account. So, or if you make a mistake and accidentally forget to put in the passcode for the discount, most time they'll at least give you credit back to use, or I don't know. I've never had any issues with Bulanox, and almost everybody that I know that gets payout with them, they usually pay. Yeah, I've been so busy lately. I've been trying to do a video on how to install Ripnik accounts on on Ninja. So I am trading on two different charts, guys. So basically, you see a 5-minute chart here, but I'm actually trading on Rico candles in front of me. So if it looks weird when I enter, that's the reason why. In the morning, I've been kind of focusing on the Rico charts because it helps me kind of do away with all the noise. And I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and I'm just buying pullbacks off of these Rico candles as long as it still looks, bearish, and look for the targets that you're looking for. I can bring it over and show you. Let me take all the stuff that I use because I don't really share a lot of the stuff that I use on my charts or what I do on my other charts. It just helps me filter out all the mess. So I take all my entries, most of my entries on these Rico charts. So basically I have a pullback indicator that's on these. And so what this does, it marks out these pullbacks. So all these pullbacks, what I'm doing, this right here will change a certain color after the pullback. And I just get short as soon as that changes colors. And I'm also trading in between whole numbers. So basically what it is, I'll never get short going into like 25, 50, unless we're about 20 points away. So if y'all notice, what was one of my first shorts? At 95. Why did I take that short at the 95? Because my first target is 20 points. I'm looking for 75 to get hit to get my 20 points. But if we, because I know sometimes we lose 75 and we'll go all the way to 25. So that's why my other target was right below the 50, because I wasn't sure if we're going to bounce at the 50. So that's how we're kind of playing these whole number bounces. But I know overall my target was 518, so that was the overall target. But I didn't want to risk all my profit on a freaking, what? I mean, look at this big pullback here, all the way from 550. So what is this, a 550? No, not quite, 560. Almost a 90-point pullback here. So big pullbacks. All right, so this is another short here for me, but the only reason why I wouldn't take it is because I would not short into the whole number here at 600. So that's always a big no-no. Never short into the whole number, guys. So I never take longs into the whole numbers, and I never take shorts in the whole numbers. I got to be like at least 10 to 20 points away, depending on what my profit target is. And that just helps you kind of stay out of those reversals, if you don't want to mess with those type of pullbacks. So that would have, I think that was what, a 25 pullback. So that would have been kind of like a whole number / 25 pullback. The next one, you want to wait till the 90 gets hit, because 90 usually offers a little respect here. So let's see if the 90 holds. Usually a lot of times between that 90 and 110 are the most hardest areas to troll. All right, there's the 90 bounce. There's your 75 bounce, or pretty close to 75 bounce. I don't see how we don't go to 530 here, guys. All right, here comes the 550. That was your 550 bounce. Really need to see a pullback here off the 550s. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback into the 75s or even the 80s here. And if you're wondering, these are like 30-point candles. All right, we'll take this down. All right, we'll remove all this out of the way. Here comes that low. Now, I do kind of like the 25 reversal here off this previous day low. I may actually take that one with you, fish lips, if it kind of pulls down gradually here. Wow. So we have a new hourly candle also. Just realized that. So this is where I'd like to see the 25 go, then pull 50% on this previous hourly candle. So, man, that's a big move. Even the 700s is... Wow, what an insane pullback this is. Very, very big moves today so far, guys. Wow, I cannot believe that we did not run those lows at the 30s here. How's everybody's trading going today? Dude, back above the 650s. Could possibly look for a long back above 644. Get off my fundeds. We're going to be strictly on evals. We already taken 2 funded trades. That's probably about my max on fundeds go. So I hated that I didn't get 2 funded trades, but that's okay. So basically what it is, instead of taking 2 funded trades for like $200 a piece, we ended up making $400 on 1 funded. So that's kind of what happened with my funded. So we made multiple stakes this morning, guys. I'm going to keep a tight range on this in case it pops back off that 75. Uh-oh. Why did my thing disappear? I think I might have accidentally hit the close button. Not really sure what happened there. I somehow accidentally closed my trade. Now, this is eval only, guys. We're done with funded accounts today. We've already taken 2 funded trades. I don't overtrade my fundeds. We try to just look for 2 trades a day, 3 trades max with the funded accounts. We try to do 1 trade a piece. And like I said, I accidentally had my wrong funded selected this morning. So we didn't get that $100 to $200 profit margin that we're looking for. So now we're just on an eval. So with the eval, guys, I do take a little bit more aggressive trades. So I don't really recommend following funded trades. Oh, nice, Lois. If you took the dude, the short was a good short. I got the entry to take the short. I don't know what happened. I think I accidentally closed my entry somehow. I don't know what I did. Like I had it. I was trying to follow it down to get it in a target, but I'm not sure what happened. But I am looking for a reversal out of this 30 area though. I might even do 1 micro here. Just 1 micro only for the 25 level. Just to make sure we're on the right side. Because if it dumps, oh well. It's not like the end of the world. And what we'll do if it pushes down to the 810s, and if it pushes down to 810 and 800, we'll add, but that'll be about our limit. Unless we just bounce at the 830s and don't get the push through, because that 830s is your AM low from yesterday. That's at the previous day open from yesterday's at 8 o'clock or whatever, 8:30 in the morning. I mean, we didn't even get the push through. I was really hoping for like maybe 5 or 10 points to push through there. Yeah, Jake, the only thing about subscribing to the data with the Ninja is you get it free with Bulanox or Apex. So I wouldn't subscribe to it. It's cheaper to buy Bulanox. Since I didn't take this trade, I can show you where to take it to get your data at real quick. I just need to make a video on how to put everything in. So the first thing you want to do is after you sign up for Bulanox is go to Ninja Trader website. They have a website, you know, open an account or log in. Yeah. Jake, that's what Jake. I was trying to keep Jake from signing up for an account. So then Jake, like I said, dude, I need to make a video on step to step everything you need to download to do these. Then go to settings, go to plans. Let's see, plans. Yeah, plans. And so what you're going to do is once you sign up for Bulanox or anybody else that uses Ripnik, you want to import a license key. So what they do is they give you a free license key to import. And once you import that, you get your data for free through whatever prop firm you're using, Jake. Yeah, well, he's going to be possibly looking into Bulanox's accounts, and they're only $15 a month right now. So this way you can get an account to trade, plus it's pretty much the same price if you use Bulanox. Bulanox is 89% off. Most of the time they do run like 80 to 90% off. If you're looking for someone cheap to trade without spending a lot of money up front. So I always recommend either Bulanox or somebody if you're new to trading instead of buying those expensive accounts. This 75 will be, this is just one micro on an eval. Don't take this short, guys. Because this could just be the pullback for us to go all the way back up here. Like I said, I don't ever recommend following none of my eval trades. So evals, I do just trade a little bit more aggressively because I'm just trying to pass them. These are cheap Bulanox accounts that I paid $15 for. And like I said, this is just one eval. And a lot of times I've almost stopped trading evals on the stream just because the way I trade them sometimes. Because I think a lot of people will come here and see me just trade super just silly with evals. And I understand, you know, most like the reason why I say that, because I know some people are spending a lot of money on expensive evals where this is a $15 eval. You may be like a Lois trading on Take Profit Trader with a $90 eval is a huge difference. Yeah, their evals are so much more expensive. All right, we'll be in this just for very, like I said, very little. We're actually looking, we want the longs, guys. We're actually looking for a long off of 25 for this eval. And we're looking for a long off the 25 for us to have a big push back up to the upside. Yeah, that's looking like the bottom here. So we might not even get the push to the 25 because we're kind of making another swing here at the, what, 50s? And we just had a previous swing here on these charts at the 48s. And I've noticed a lot of times whenever the swings are within a few points of each other, a lot of times we're pretty much are going back up. Yeah, I wish that is one prop firm that I would love to get an account to the point where you can get those daily payouts, Lois. But unfortunately, I don't have one. Those would be very, very nice. Wow, is this the reversal here? Come on. All right, so we may go a little bit more aggressively on these accounts. Remember, guys, I repeat that I'm trading evals only. I don't recommend ever following eval trades because they're not the entries that I'm looking for. Like, I look for a little bit more higher risk entries. Oh no, you're good. You're good, man. It don't bother me any, Jake. Yeah, most of us are all kind of focused on trading. Yeah, you're good. Just happy. Oh, they're defending that London mid. I don't have that London mid marked out here. Oh, from this morning. Yes, from that morning, this morning, all the way back up to 26,000s. All right, now we're just kind of getting into chop zone. So yeah, she's fine. Basically, I just have to carry her to the vet every 2 weeks for a little while to get her, because she's a diabetic dog, so I have to give her insulin shots every day, and so I have to like take her every 2 weeks till we get her insulin on the right level to give her every day. We're finally getting close, so hopefully eventually I don't have to go every 2 weeks, and it's usually on Monday mornings whenever I go every 2 weeks. This was what we were looking for on that last short because I just feel like we need to run those 830s here. But if we lose the 830s, we got another target down at 464. But there is a lot of candles here. Here, let me pull this stuff over real quick so you can see. Do I? Wow, we just exploded that area here. Wow. That thing did not respect that 25 at all. All right, the next target is going to be 864 before you see a bounce. So dude, what a sell-off today. Nice if you're able to, man, another order block. I wasn't even looking. I'm sorry. Yep, another little order block at the 50s. That was your short. It was the same setup as this right here. Anytime you see this, just drop the hammer, guys. Drop the hammer. If you get a big red candle, another big green candle, and another red candle, and that next candle under it, just drop the hammer on it. All right. Here comes the pullback. Didn't quite get that 64 level. I know it was round about that area. Let's see. Actually, no, it was at 68. There's a lot of wicks down there around the 460s. Wow, what a nice reversal this turned out to be. Previous day open. Man. Woof. Oh, okay. I guess I wasn't aware of that 14-day free trial that Beulah Knox has. No, they don't have a free trial, Jake. Now, Ninja Trader may have a free trial, but I'm not sure about them. We get through this order block at the 600s, you should get a nice push to the top side. Sounds good, Lois. Eval only, guys. Remember that. Eval only. Don't follow my eval trades. Just trying to get a quick 10 points out of this. I think 700, I pulled the fib on that last one. 700 is the 50% of this hourly candle. We also have the IB. No, that's not the IBH. So it hasn't printed. We got 2 minutes before it prints. So like I said, I was kind of looking for 50% of this pullback to the 700s. Remember, guys, eval only, not funded accounts. We've already taken our funded trades today. We only got 40 seconds left on this candle. What scares me is we create another order block here and I get stopped out. Shit. Maybe on the wrong side of this one this day. Don't want to see us lose the 30s here. So as long as the 30s hold, I'm going to hold this trade. But if we start losing 34, 35, we'll close the trade. Yeah, this is going to end up being a short, guys. Goes. Yep. We lose that 30, we just going to get stopped out. That 30 area is my kind of my line in the sand. Nah, shit. All right, we're about to get stopped out on our eval here. Oh no, we're stopped out. Oh, my eval took a hit there, guys. All right, we'll have to change accounts. Oh, the eval took a beating on that one. So this is why I said, please do not follow my eval trades. Please do not follow eval trades. Man, that 30 level is still holding. All right, right now we're kind of flat. Everything's just kind of on top of each other. So we pretty much lost our profit from this morning that we made on our eval. want to see if we can find another quick short here, because we're creating another order block. So just being patient, wait. Like I said, guys, if you're just showing up, we are trading evals this time of the morning, so please do not follow these trades. Please don't use your account to follow these evals, because we are trading aggressively. The only time I recommend following my trades, if that's up to you, is on my funded accounts. Because on my funded accounts, we're always looking. We don't usually trade aggressive with our funded. So we usually always have a target in mind, or like always have like a setup that we're looking for with our fundeds, but not with evals. Evals, we do trade a little bit more on the aggressive side. And I repeat this because I know people are using expensive evals, and I do not want to be like, oh, I followed Hus and I messed up my evals, because some of those evals are like $100. And I'm using a $15 eval. So I'm using a $15 eval from Bulanox. So I just want everyone to kind of protect themselves. That's all. Did we create another little order block here? Thank you guys for the likes and follows today. Thank you guys for returning. Sorry about my little week-long break there. Like I said, my live access got suspended for a week. I think whatever that outage that they had last week. Well, wow, what a nice trade from the 500 to the 500 to the 525 there. Ooh, did we finally find the bottom, guys? Now, if we break back above the 70s here, I don't see how we don't continue to the... Because basically what it is, we're creating a new swing on my one account. And a lot of times I'm constantly making higher lows. But if we swing back above the 50 here, we maybe continue higher. But we are in this kind of like weird chop zone at the moment. See, we're back above that 30 level. So that was kind of what I was trying to long while ago. When that last long that we took was in this same area. So we're going to be a little bit more on the patient side this morning on this next one. Because I'm still looking for that 50% pullback. If you look at your previously hourly candle, or even if you look at the 38% pullback is all the way up to 700. So either I feel like we're going to pull back to the 50% or we're going to pull back in to clear up this 5-minute gap here to the upside. What happened to gold? What happened to silver and gold? They got stuck at one level. I don't know. I haven't looked at gold and silver today. I know I saw a little bit more on that rug pull that happened, and that's only happened like 3 or 4 times in the history of silver. I saw some guy go over the history of silver, and so he said the last time silver got the rug pull like that, it took like 13 years to recover. I feel bad for the people who bought in just to hold. It's one thing if you're just day trading it from level to level or tick to tick. But if you bought in to say, you know what, I'm going to buy silver, I'm going to hold it. And on top of that, if you use leverage, hopefully the people that use leverage, those are the people that really got effed over, that bought in like at $100 or something on leverage. You know, they got the rug pull. All these these trading companies are like, hey man, they're calling, they want their leverage back. Hopefully people didn't get screwed over terribly bad, but you know what happened, unfortunately. All right, we're getting a nice little pullback here. I kind of want to see the 30 level hold. I didn't buy the long this time like we did last time because we want to make sure that the 30 level holds up here. That's kind of the previous day open. That's that one level that we talked about the 30 needs to hold. Oh, damn it, dude. We just lost the 30. It's probably going back down because if we get through the 30s, it's probably going back down to the lows again. This is the same crap that happened to me a while ago. Except for I was on the other end of it. We still got about 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. So we're still bouncing off of the 30 levels. You really got to have that 30 hold if you're in the long. All right. So 30's looking good. Come on. Looking for another candle to print to the upside here. Remember, if you're long, that 30 should be your line in the sand. If you're long, below that 30, we're probably going to go down at least into the 80s or below the 60s, somewhere there in the 460s, 480s. So just be aware that if that 30 fails, because that's your previous day, the previous day open. So that is your New York AM low. And so this is why we keep calling it a level of resistance. So you want that area to hold kind of the same the same long I was in earlier. Remember, I said if we lose the 30s, you might as well just go in and take your loss. So, and that's kind of what we did. We just took our loss because we weren't going to sit through that, another 30, 40 points of drawdown. Now, if the longs pay out, I would be looking for the 600 to even 700 back up there, like that 50% pullback. Shit, we just lost that 30 level. So this is probably going back down, guys. So be careful. I don't like the longs as soon as we lost that 30. Nice if you kept that 30 as your stop loss. So we're probably going to push down to the 60s here, possible. That's the top of that New York or London low from yesterday. So right here, 64, 62. Then if we blast that 462, we get below there. I mean, man, do we get down to here? 300s? That'd be our next big swing point there. So, and we're getting that one level of the 30s levels at the bottom of this New York AEM low from yesterday. So this is why I was saying if you're long bias, you need to get back above the 30s and the 40s here. But below that, you should be short bias all the way. And you just created a little order block there too. So very, very tricky area. A lot could happen here. Sorry. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow, I might have got lucky here, guys. This thing could go all the way back to the 600s or 700s. To the moon. All right. Oh, this thing's going to the 700s here, guys. I don't see how it doesn't make it up there. Holy crap. Whew. That is insane. All right. If we get another pullback, we're going to enter here. We got above that freaking order block. We're going to re-enter. What's up, Junior? How are you doing? This was the long we were looking for a while ago. I don't have any like specific information to share at the moment. We're mainly doing, well, right now I am on an eval. So I usually tell people don't follow me on evals because I do trade my evals a little bit more aggressively. We usually only look for 1 or 2 funded trades during the daytime. So like this morning, we tried to take 2 eval trades, but to make between $100 to $200. But this is why we usually don't ever make $400 on our funded accounts. Usually we're looking for $100 to $200. So those are the trades. Like, you know, if I say I'm trading funded accounts, that means I'm looking for the very best possible entry, being very cautious, still looking for breakouts. But when it comes to my evals, everything's whatever, you know, a lot of just like I think trades. All right, here comes the pullback here. 600. Where was the fib at? I pulled the fib on that while ago. Yeah, I don't see how this thing doesn't go back up to the 700 here, guys. Whew. So we're still looking for longs. We're just waiting on a pullback here. We're hoping that this right here will hold up all this consolidation here at the 50s. So you'd want to see a 50 push here. Like that 50 would be like a nice possible long. But whatever happens, we're looking for longs here. So as soon as this thing starts heading back up to the upside, we're going to jump in long. But like I said, this is eval trade only. We're done trading gold. I mean funded accounts. I want to see this area hold up here. There's your 50 touch. You would think that this 50 touch would offer you a nice reversal here. All right. Here's the 75. This is just 2 micros. Let me make sure, not 2 minis, because I was on minis a while ago. Damn it. I thought I had at least 10 points before we hit that 90. Stop loss needs to be here at the 50 level, guys, if you want the right stop loss. Let's see if we can get that 700 up there. Give it up. Oh, my goodness, guys. Insane day. I'm looking for that gap fill on the 5 minutes. I'm not even going to touch my stop loss because it's an eval, so I don't even care about following the profit up. You know. There's another 10 entry. Come on, gap fill. So that's what it is. That's the hourly candle there at the 20. So if we can't get through the 20s, we're probably going back down here. Okay, we're getting back above it. I'm actually getting another long entry on my charts here if this next candle prints. If you are long, you really don't want to lose the 600. 600 should be your line in the sand here if you're trying to protect profit. Come on, get through the 20s here. We need to make a new swing here, so I really want to see us make a new swing. Oh no, Solo, I'm sorry if I didn't answer. My PAs are not gold. Ah, damn it. Oh, and we're about to have a new hourly candle here. See, we're at the bottom of this hourly candle. We really, for the longs, you got to get through the 20s. If you can't get through the 20s, we're going back down. So that's kind of like bouncing off our hourly wick there. If we cannot overcome the 20s, we're probably going to have another big sell down. And that's what this line is that you see right here. So, yep. Yeah, be careful here if you're long. It's that 20 level that you have to get through. If you get through that 20 level, we go to the 700s. Where could we go here? Maybe another push into the 90s here. Then maybe we'll create another order block to the top side. Oh, sorry about that. Let me look at some of my little indicators up here and see. All right, we're creating another order block. You need to have this order block hold. If it might get stopped out. All right, we got stopped out on that runner. All right. Yeah, I've never really tried the gold. I know some people were having success with the gold, but I've never tried trading them. I still like the longs here, guys. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle in 30 seconds. Still looking for longs. Ooh. Come on. Rip it. Just waiting for this next candle to print. We're looking for like 10 points in a runner here. Don't really want to lose the 60s here. Dude, if this next candle prints to the downside, shoot, man. We could be going back down to the 400s. I was really thinking that the longs were the key, but if this next candle prints, could be going back to the 400s. But as right now, I should be looking for longs, not shorts, based on my charts. Damn it, that's a short for me on my charts, but we haven't dropped our order yet. We're just waiting to see what happens here, because it should be long bias, but I have a short signal here. Now back above 90, this goes back into my long bias back above the 90 to 600 here. I'm trying to get in about 10 points from my swing level. This way, if we push down, a lot of times we'll either hit the swing or be right there at the swing. So this is still not really a valid short yet. We have a swing here at 48. So I was trying to get a quick 10 points this way if it does blast my 10 level here. we're at that target, so we may go to break even. Yeah, just in case, because we're at a swing level. So we did get our 10 points. We could bounce hard off this 30 level. Remember that 30 level has been my line in the sand for a while here, guys. So nah. Probably going, my runner's going to get stopped out here. Just couldn't get through those 30s. That 30 is definitely your line in the sand, guys. You can see all the issues that we've been having to get through these 30s. If my candle prints here at 56, it's pretty much going to go back up to the upside, probably back into the 75s here. All right, runner got stopped out. The 30s have been just a straight wall so far this evening, guys. So this late in the morning, what I'm doing is I got 10 points and runners on. So basically, whatever you see me put my target on, we almost feel like, okay, I feel like we can get our 10 points, and then we just kind of go with the runner and just kind of wait and see what happens. Oh, you over there? What are you over trading a Bitcoin or gold, Jake? Are you trying one of the other future markets? Ooh. Some pretty insane price action today, guys. Big swings. I mean, there should be no reason to get on the right side of the swing and at least get your 10 points. I mean, anything above 10 points is questionable. But, man, these swings have been so massive today that the 10 points have been just ripping left and right. Dude, we're getting another freaking short set up here. I'm hoping this don't print, that it continues back. That was another short entry for me at 60. Do we at least get our 10 points? Anything less than 10 points, I call pretty much a losing trade because 10 points is most of my targets. We only got about 15 more minutes, guys, before I have to leave. Be careful if you're shorting into this 30 level. Remember, guys, that's the short area that I took a while ago, and we just could not get through the 30s. So it's been a tough entry to kind of dig yourself through. I mean, I'm hoping this is the pullback here and this is the low. Like, this would be kind of like your swing for the move back up. Is kind of what you would like to see. So if you pull the fib on this leg here, so that is the 60% pullback back into discount. So here's where you would like to see us push, even though these are. Sounds good, Jake? Yeah, like I said, we only got about 15 more minutes before we had to head out. Ooh. Yeah, very, very tough area here. I would not try to short into the 30, guys. Be careful shorting into the 30 here. Unless you have 10 points that you can get before you hit the 30. So if you are going to try to attempt to short in the 30, make sure you got, maybe short the 60 to 50 or 50 to 40. But anything below 40, I would not short. Just because we're still bouncing out of this 30 range. We're struggling to get through the previous day open here. Nice on the green day. Whew. Yeah, this was probably one of my better funded trade days. $400. I usually don't ever make $400, but that was a mistake. That was supposed to be divided amongst two accounts. So we took those two funded trades this morning. And so this one should be up another $200 and this one should be up $200. But instead I took the wrong one. Just believe this is the 5-minute charts. So, pretty good morning so far. Evals, I don't really care. Whatever happens with evals happens with evals. Like I said, I've been debating even to trade my evals on the stream just because, like I said, I don't want nobody. Right now, I'm just buying the pullbacks on my eval. And I pretty much did the same thing on the this morning. This morning's last trade was just different breakout setup. So like this morning, this is a pretty obvious short. So if you ever see this setup in the morning, especially in the early mornings, you're going to get a big move to the downside. So what this is you got a big move down. You want to see a big move back up. Then you want to see this third candle print. So what this is a order block. And anytime you get that order block on that 5 minutes, you're going to get the next candle is going to be a big sell-off. So this is where we took our second big trade here. And the other one, was pretty much, I was short bias as soon as we pretty much lost the previous day high and the previous day close. I didn't get the entry I wanted this morning because the first one I actually messed up because my first entry was actually on a funded account. I mean, an eval, because I forgot to switch over. So I ended up taking a trade on the eval instead of the funded. So I had to find another trade. So technically we've taken 3 funded trades today. But I hate that I mean, I'm not mad that I got all the profit on one account, but I prefer it to be divided amongst 2 accounts because I could have easily lost my profits that I made this morning. So that's the one thing that irritates me. Even though I'm up $400 on my funded account, I could have easily lost all that because I thought I was on this other funded account. So we're about $1,100 more dollars, or about $1,200 more dollars away from hopefully requesting a payout with Bullenox. Yeah, $1,200 more dollars away from requesting a payout with Bullenox. I'm hoping by the end of the month that we'll be there. Sometime this month is the goal, but it doesn't have to happen. So just whatever happens with it. Oh, we're into the chop, guys. The chop. But see, I believe I also take some of my entries. I do take on Rico candles. I don't know if anybody's ever traded Rico candles, but it does away with a lot of the noise. So look, pull back, downtown, pull back, downtown. You just want to make sure you get a nice trend area and trade in between whole numbers is a lot of times what I'm doing on the Rico candles. I don't usually take Rico trades on streams. So a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm taking my trades on Rico candles based on what you're seeing on the 5-minute charts. Because I know a lot of people don't trade those. Ooh, here comes that 30 level, guys. Man, if we lose that 30, I don't see how we don't go to 460 here. See if we can get a quick 10 points. All right. May get the pullback up here to the 25. We'll see what happens. So a lot of times, if we hit the 25, then go back through the 25s, you can almost look for a pullback down to the 800. Here's your 800 push. Then a lot of times you'll get the 800 back up to the 25. But if we start losing these whole numbers and we don't start respecting them, it could just be downtown here. And we'll target 75 here. Be careful here. The bottom could fall out. Bitcoin's on a 100-point dig. I don't ever look at a Bitcoin, man. At least not while I'm trading. I would love to learn how to trade like some not futures, but silver and gold, because that stuff's been banging lately. like I said, we could go from 500 back up to 25 here, or even 500 all the way back to 50. So just be aware of that. How low can we go? My actual short entry was actually back up at 50, but I didn't take it because of that 30 level. Back above 30, the longs or shorts are no longer valid here. There's another 30 push. All right, we got wicked out here at the 30. All right. Remember, this has been a really, really tricky area around here at the 30. So this is why we're doing 10 points, guys. Instead of just holding for the bigger profit, we're just getting our 10 points and go from there. Man, this thing looks like it still wants to move back to the downside. Yeah, this is definitely roller coastering, man. It's just back and forth, back and forth. To me, it still looks like another short here, especially if the 30 holds. Because the 30 is still holding, and that's kind of my line in the sand, that 30 level. I just don't want to get short on this next candle that prints. That's going to be very iffy. Because that would have me getting short here at like the 12. Also, guys, we're not over leveraged. Might made too much on your PA. Nice. Hey, it's better to make too much than too little, fish lips. Oh no, you're good, man. We've all been just kind of focusing on our trades today. Oh, that's another short entry for me. Come on, pull back, pull back, pull back. A little bit later on the short there. Come on. Oh, it's right there at my 10 points. All right, 10 points. All right, we're going to go to break even in case it pops back up here. Look at that nasty freaking 90 bounce that was. Holy crap, man. The runners have been just getting hammered today. I'm not going to lie. Holy goodness, the runners have been just getting blasted. How much did you go over on your funded account, Fish Lips? Thank you guys for watching today. Like I said, this 11:30 is my kind of where I have to get off here. Oh, nice on the $1,100, man. Heck yeah. We've been over here trading like a wild man on this eval, man. So hopefully everybody knows it's an eval. So please do not follow eval trades. I think I actually even went in on a mini by accident. But we had a really good day with the funders, dude. 416 with the funded account. That was... I took 2 funded trades today. You know me, I like to cycle through my fundeds, Fish Lips. So instead of getting a nice $200 win on both PAs, I got 418 or 416. So we're inching closer and closer to that Bewley payout, man. That means we need another what, $1,200. So hopefully sometime this month we'll be able to request payout with Bulanox. So we're sitting at 52,400 at the moment. And that's just that right there, man. That's not even taking big trades every day, guys. If you come to my lobbies, most of the day we're just chipping away. We're just trading like 4 to 6. A lot of times, depending on the price action, we'll trade like 4 to 6 different funded accounts. Just looking from, even if we make $50 or $100, I don't really care. Just whatever we make on our fundeds, we just like, it's a win. So I hardly ever get $400 profits in 2 trades. And now, like I said, that was a complete accident. I tried to cycle through my funded accounts. The reason I do that is because if you have you don't want to risk. To me, I like to look for that one trade on the fundeds, get that one nice green day, then switch to a new funded. Try to get a green day on that one. Then, okay, let's wait for the next setup. Then get a green day on that one. This way, if you have that mistake, you're like, oh, crap, I'm 2 for 3 today on my fundeds instead of just, messing them up. It definitely helps from like messing them up, but it does take longer to get to your end gold. Oh, look at that short. Like I said, guys, that 530 should be your line in the sand if you wanted to short. I wish I got a better entry than that 508. But we're just looking for 10 points and runners. So if the runner gets something, good deal. If not, oh well. Now, we usually only do that on evals. But hopefully tomorrow we can have another great session. So far, back-to-back great sessions this week. We did not get the setup we want. A lot of times we like taking the breakout out of that original 15 minutes. So if you're coming to my lobby early in the morning, so what all these squares represent a different time frame. So this first big one that you see, this is a 4-hour candle. So you can see this is how many 5-minute candles are in a 4-hour. This next one you can see we consolidated pretty good for the next hour. This is a hourly candle, hourly candle, hourly candle. And this baby candle here is your 15-minute candle from 8 o'clock to 8:15. And a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm waiting for this candle to here. I wanted to see this candle push back up into this candle to take my short here, but it didn't happen today. Yesterday did okay because we had the area marked out yesterday. So this was yesterday's trade. So this was the candle that kind of popped out of the 15 minutes, but you can see we got the pullback here. So it pulled back. We had our order sitting up here and it just went straight to the moon yesterday. So this was the trade that we took yesterday. Yeah, this is going to be a very tough area to trade. Because you're, especially between that 60 and 30, this was the kind of what we were pointing out a while ago. I was trying to take that down to the, this is all this area that we keep bouncing out of. So this is a very, very tricky area. I would prefer to go long if we could, but if you lose the 460s, you could have a nice sell off this evening down way into the 3 and 200s. Because I trade level to level most of the days. Like I'm looking for support. I trade mostly off support and resistance in this time of the day, or I trade in between whole numbers. So if you look at all your candles, you may not see it well on the 5 minutes. You probably have to go to like a lower time frame, like the 1 minute or something, and look for all the whole number bounces. So like here, you probably would have tried to have a long off the 75 for a push back up to 50 first target. Then if you're in multiple contracts, you can shoot for the 25s. So a lot of times I trade in between whole numbers too. I don't, some people know, I tell people most of the time what I'm doing, but if you're new here, you probably don't realize it because I have some people in my YouTube lobby that trades basically from whole number to whole number. And so what they're doing is they're buying in discount at the whole numbers. And when I say whole numbers, I mean like the 100 level, the 75 level, the 50 level, the 25, and so on. When you're just kind of going back through the whole numbers. But this is usually a crappy time to trade. I probably wouldn't look for the reversal for something to happen until after lunchtime. So these are called ICT kill zones. And most of the time I don't really, I usually follow these, so I don't really recommend trading once this gets to the yellow lunchtime ticker, because a lot of times you're just going to chop sideways. So if you look at this, look, this thing starts at 12 o'clock, so about 30 more minutes. And so as you can see, we just chop sideways pretty much all the way until you get into the PM time. Then you'll get your move that, if you're looking for a short or long, that's usually when it'll happen. We had a little movement in lunch here, but you can see it's very, very small. You don't get a lot of volume this time of the day. So that's why it's like you got to be very careful trading this time of the day, because you can easily get kind of trapped in a trade. And you just kind of have to be at the mercy of your New York. A lot of times you won't get your trade until the New York session. So if you want to be safe, this is usually not a good time to trade. So this is, like I said, you may get one good trading day during the lunch, but usually this is what it looks like. Chop, chop, chop. It chopped all the way into the PM session. So that was a lot of chop that day. You can get in now. I'm done trading, man. I'm happy with my little $400 day. I don't get a lot of those. Now, something that I used to do before I stopped, a lot of mistakes that I used to make is I would have a really good morning and I would continue trading into the lunch hour and destroy all my profits. That used to be one crappy mistake I swear I used to make all the time. So it's just best not to trade this crap during the lunch hour. But thank you guys for the likes and follows today. And I was planning on streaming last night, but I ended up having family come over about the time I was going to get on. So we ended up hanging out with them instead of streaming last night. So that's why we didn't trade the Asia market last night. All right. Thank you guys for watching today. And hopefully we'll be back later today.